guitar lovers of the internet, once again, my name is Ollie and I'm here today to talk about, yet again, a very, very cool and this time brand new for 2020 instrument. So, we're about to head into June here in 2020 as I'm recording this. So these bad boys have been out for roughly 7 months at this point, which is good because it's given, the world an opportunity to sort of get to know them, for them to get to all the, far corners of the globe. And yeah, it's also given Fender time to sort of, for this guitar to earn its place in the market, which it well and truly has. So let's talk about a bit of history of this guitar very, very quickly. So this was introduced at the tail end of 2019. I believe it was around sort of October, November, December. They started teasing it and eventually released it. Of course, just before NAMM, which happens in January each year in Anaheim, California. This replaced the American Elite series, which was released a couple of years before that. If I'm honest, it didn't really last long in terms of Fender's sort of different lines of guitar. I'm not sure exactly why they replaced it because I know for me, I work at a guitar shop here in Perth, Western Australia called Sound Centre. We generally did quite well with the Elite series. So whether they felt, technology had progressed in such a way that they, it was time for a new series, or I don't know. I'm not the head honcho at Fender, so I couldn't tell you, but I can tell you that the new Ultra series is very, very cool. So this is probably one of my favorite finishes. It's called Cobra Blue. So with the Ultra series, we can get Strats, we can get Tellys, we can get Jazz Masters, we can get Jazz Basses and Precisions. I think I've covered all of them in an array of beautiful finishes. Some of the most popular ones being, of course, Cobra Blue. Texas T is an absolutely stunning finish. You'd think it would be black, but it's sort of like a very dark green, metallic, interesting looking finish, which we've sold all of ours, which is why I'm not currently holding one. You can get Ultra Burst, Mocha Burst, Arctic Pearl. They did have some ash finishes in Plasma Red Burst, but of course Fender aren't currently doing ash bodies because they've run out of wood. So yeah. They are guitars that are not for traditional players. They've got the noiseless pickups, they've got the 2-point synchronized tremolo, we've got, soft touch knobs here, we've got locking tuners, a compound radius fretboard. We'll run through all the features properly, but if you are a vintage player, if you like, a huge 50s gloss neck, 9.5 radius, this bad boy is not for you. But if you like sort of iconic Fender style, look, sound, but in 2019, 2020, in this 21st century, then this may just be the guitar for you. I'm not normally one for noiseless pickups, let me just first say, but with this Ultra series, so these are brand new generation noiseless pickups, I think they've gotten closer than ever to getting us that classic Strat sound. In the past, basically because, for those of you who don't know, noiseless pickups are designed to not give you any hum whatsoever that's associated with single coil pickups and P90s, etc. It can be an absolute nightmare when you're recording or on stage, everything, you're near lights and computer systems and all that. A lot of people will tell you, it's part of the single coil thing, which, I've got a beautiful custom shop Strat sitting next to me, and of course it does hum, but I've just accepted that's part of it. What it's about is finding a guitar that you like that. You like the hum of that guitar, or you like that little bit of fret buzz that it gives you, because it's all part of the character of these things. So for those of you that can't stand the hum, that's what these bad boys do. dive into the specs whilst you listen to the lovely, lovely noises that it can make. So on this guitar we have an alder body. As I mentioned, on some of the other finishes you could get an ash body such as Plasma Red Burst and Aged Natural. No more. So for those of you that got in quickly and got them, they may be collectible. Very, very limited in the world. We have an alder body with a maple neck, which is sort of classic Stratocaster. That's you know, unless you're going for ash, that's your combo. We've got, in terms of electronics, we've got 2 tones and 1 volume. Again, nothing's changed so far until we get to the volume knob. So we've got what's called an S1 switch here. On this guitar, basically what it does, depending on what position you're in, it's going to add the neck pickup in. You with me? So if we're on the bridge, just the bridge, it's going to add in the neck. If we are, a good little cheat sheet here actually. Yeah, take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen. If we're on the next position, which typically would be just the just the bridge and the middle, you're going to have, that's right, all of the pickups. All 3 pickups at once, which I think is very, very cool. I'll give you a little demo very, very quickly. And now, the middle one is a little bit strange, and I recorded a demo for it, then I realized, because basically, in what would normally just be the middle selection, adds in the middle and the neck, which of course is what we get by default when we're in the next position. So I'm not sure, you know, the wiring is already there, so why would they not? But it's a bit useless, really. So, let me show it to you real quick. So, just the bridge pickup. S1 switch, now we're going to hear the bridge and the neck pickup. Pretty cool. Next position, S1 switch off, we're going to hear the bridge and the middle. Classic Strat sound. It sounds incredible, as you can hear. I'm in love with the sound. I haven't played Strats in a while. I've been playing all Gibson style instruments, and every time I come back to Strat, I'm like, this is what I've been missing the whole time. Okay, so again, I'll stop talking so much. So S1 switch off, that was just the bridge and the neck. Now check this out. I'm going to put the switch down, you're going to hear all 3 pickups at once. It's wild. Super versatile guitar is basically what I'm getting at. You've got, you know, normally I think of Stratocasters as being one of the most versatile guitars there are with a 5-way switch. That sort of takes it up to the next level, which is very, very cool. Of course, the only way you can get more versatile is if you have a humbucker in the bridge, but Fender have thought of you, and you can get an HSS model as well if you want to. So yeah, that's our noiseless pickups. In my honest opinion, they have got it right this time. In the past, they've been a bit sort of too clean, like they've taken all the mojo out of it. You know, you don't want that hum, but you lose all the Fender vibe. This is a good middle ground. I am getting sort of my classic Fender disc. Mojo and vibe. Let's talk about that bridge again very quickly. So this is a 2-point synchronized tremolo. So we've got our block style saddles here, which are great. They look very, very flash, very modern. And we've got a pop-in tremolo arm. Now, at first, if you haven't used one of these pop-in arms, they're a little bit sort of, you need to really give it some, you really need to, check this out. Really need to get in there to get the arm out. As you can see, it's a bit of a mission, probably because it's brand new. My goodness. This is like on an infomercial when they're trying to do something and it's just not going their way. It pops in and it pops out. It's a lot easier to get in than it is out. So basically there's no screwing action, there's just press it down and hear that pop. Don't be afraid that you're going to break it or something. I've had people, you know, bring these pop-in style bridges before and be like, oh, it's not working properly. Completely understandable that you are thinking that, but you just need to give it a bit of elbow grease. So yeah, that's the bridge. Stays in tune very, very nicely. It looks great. I'm definitely a fan of more modern style bridges because we're all aware of the limitations of some classic style bridges, especially non-authentic ones. So let's spin this bad boy around. Inside here, inside the tremolo cavity, we have they're the black springs that they give you, which I believe are low noise. When you're using the arm, you're not going to give you spring noises coming through your pickups. I will get a shot of that. The main thing we're looking for is right here. We're looking for this contoured neck heel, which I just love this finish. I love Cobra Glue, I really do. It's going to give us access to these upper frets, which is very, very nice of them, because I think this is a guitar for, you know, it's a guitar for the modern player that's probably going to want to be up there. We're not just going to be playing rhythm on this. And why not have a guitar that lets you do that? So yeah, that's very, very nice. We've got Fender American Ultra on the neck plate there. And whilst I'm looking at it, we do also get strap locks on this guitar as well, which is a great feature. I don't necessarily think you're going to be buying this guitar and doing spins on it, but the option's there if you want to. Again, it's a very versatile guitar. So that's the back of the guitar. And now we can talk about the neck. So, we've got 22 medium jumbo frets on this guitar. We've got a 10-inch to 14-inch compound radius fretboard, which is something that owning both Charvel and Jackson, something that they've sort of incorporated from that, I suppose. What it means is that down here we have a 10-inch radius, which means, you know, for playing all of our chords and riffs, we're good to go. Nice and curved, easy to get around. As I go up here, goes to a 14-inch radius, which basically means it flattens out a little bit, making it easier for all of our leads. It's sort of those subtle things where you don't really notice it until you play this and go back to a guitar that just has, you know, a consistent radius. But yeah, it's cool. I'm always a fan of it. You know, I've grown up playing Jacksons and Charvels, so it's my sort of territory. We've got a, I think it's called a, got a little sticker here that says, it's called an Ultra Modern D neck shape. So, you know, Strats typically more of a C shape, or a U if it's more of like a vintage or one of the modern Japanese models. For me, it's super comfortable. You know, combined with the satin finish, your hand just sort of glides over it. It's not too skinny. It's put it this way, my friend Ben, hello if you're watching this, Ben, he's normally, you know, he loves playing his Tokai Les Paul, he loves playing his Gretsch's, he just cannot gel with Strats. I set this up yesterday, put 10s on it by the way, because I can't stand 9s, and he loved it. He said this is a Strat that I actually like, so good on you, Fender, you've done something right with this. You're, maybe if you're typically more of like a Gibson-esque style player, you might like something like this. So, as I've mentioned, 22 medium jumbo frets, 10 inch to 14 inch compound radius fretboard, ultra modern D, satin neck finish. We've also got black perloid dots, which is very, very classy on this maple board. I'm trying to envision it now. I imagine if you have a rosewood fretboard, then you're probably going to have those white dots, but it's nice. Black side dots, and moving up to the top of the headstock now, we have a bone nut on this guitar. Very, very nice feature. Of course, it's going to last a long time. It's going to make our tone great. No string slipping and such. And yeah, that's that. We've also got it's a gloss finished headstock with this sort of modern, sort of metallic looking Fender logo, which I think is classy. It suits the guitar. And if I spin things around, we've got Fender locking tuners, which they look nice. I love the little like classy F logo on them. They make restringing a breeze. It makes it so much quicker. Keeps your string tuning stability a lot stronger. So yeah, a great feature for a great guitar. The string tree on the headstock is also a little bit more modern. Again, I think there's sort of, it looks a bit space age really. I think they've done that to sort of, again, go in with, you know, this modern metallic looking logo to go on with our locking tuners, this futuristic looking bridge compared to, you know, my beaten up custom shop one there. It's just a cool guitar. I will say, you know, it's not that I disliked the previous Elite series, it's just that I never really got on with them. Whereas, you know, this is, to be perfectly honest, we've been selling these, like I said, for 7-8 months. This is the first time I've properly sat down and played one. Probably no doubt the fact that I put 10 to 46 gauge strings on it, which gets me into the zone a little bit more. The more I played it, the more I really got into it and thought, this is a great guitar. I'm enjoying playing on this instrument. So, yeah, I think I've gone through pretty much every feature of it. Now, probably the best thing for you to do is listen to what it sounds like, which, you know, I'll be flicking back and forth between during this demo. And if you can, go and get your hands on one. See if it feels right for you. Otherwise, like I said, if you're used to playing these, you know, slightly bigger neck profiles from Gibson and stuff, this might work better for you. But primarily, if you're not, you know, if you're not wanting to have vintage, you're not wanting to have that sort of more classic radius, that bigger gloss neck, these guitars most definitely are for you. I've enjoyed playing it today, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed listening to it as well. So once again, from the top, this has been the brand new for 2020, sort of at the end of 2019, Fender American Ultra Stratocaster in Cobra Blue, available in a variety of different finishes, and I must say I'm quite in love with it. So thanks so much for checking in again, guys. This has been Ollie. If you want to keep updated, you can reach me on Facebook at Ollie Royer. You can reach me on Instagram, again at Ollie Royer. And of course, if you like these videos on YouTube, you can also hit that like button and subscribe if you want to keep in the loop. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out every single week. Thanks again for watching, guys. My name is Ollie, and I'll see you next time.